What's going on, guys? My name is Visions, also known as Austin. Going to be bringing you guys another cast. This is the fourth game of the day. We are going to have Counter Logic Gaming versus Cloud9, and this is going to be quite the matchup, as both these teams have been. One of these teams has had their most of their rosters. Or most of the main roster, actually on the academy team, and now we have Counter Logic Gaming, who had a really rough spring split, is actually starting to come alive a bit in the summer split, showing that Rainover is starting to step up quite a bit, as well as Darshan's been showing that he can carry games. So ultimately, this is going to be quite the matchup here. Cloud9 says that they cannot afford to take any more than 3 more losses, I believe, if they're going to make it in the playoffs. So they've set the bar that 3 losses is their limit. So this is basically one of their must-wins. I think Counter Logic Gaming is still a team that's in the middle of the pack. I mean, maybe you could argue that they're a bit towards the top, but ultimately, I mean, this is a team that you have to be able to beat if you're expecting to only take a minimum of 3 more losses heading into playoffs. So, I mean, this is definitely a lot of pressure on Cloud9 to be able to win X amount of games to get into playoffs and to be a playoff contendant. And I don't know if they're going to be able to do that. Today is going to determine a lot of whether they can. And now we're going to see a huge, actually, pick and ban phase here, as we actually see Rakan is going to be picked up first by CLG, but however was taken away by C9. So, and then we have both junglers already set in stone, as we've seen a lot of popularity in Greg has come out here recently. This is a champion that we saw Smithy play yesterday. We saw it played earlier today by Svensgaren, or not by Svensgaren, by Santorin. Santorin played it earlier today, showed a whole bunch of success, and was actually played a whole bunch. They played around Impact quite a bit, and just ended up just picking him off over and over again. And TL got blown out of the water today. So curious to see if Svensgaren can do what Santorin did earlier today and try and snowball early and look for those early ganks when you have that CC available to you. Especially with the new early pathing, you can look for those level 2s, and they're super effective. Mundo is going to be picked up on the side of Counter Logic Gaming, as well as Jensen is going to lock in the Gnar for Licorice so that he can counter pick that and look to punish Darshan as much as he possibly can. On the other side, we're going to have Alistar ban, Varus, as well as Swain ban, and then the last ban that's coming through, maybe potentially, looks like they don't have to ban the Heimer away, as it most likely will be Sneaky playing the Xayah in the bot lane, but maybe trying to take away another support, just try and pinch the support's champion pool a bit. But we are going to see the mid lane is actually going to get Vanda with Echo. So maybe Jensen's been playing a bit of Echo in scrims, or maybe in solo queue, and they did not want to play against that, so they're going to ban that away. And then we are going to have Cloud9's pick here, maybe looking to actually probably save their mid laner for last. So they are going to get Zazel his Braum pick, and this is something I believe he has picked. He played the Pike yesterday, and he looked very clean on the Pike. And this time around, it looks like he is going to be the meat shield for C9, soaking up as much damage as possible. We are going to get the confirmed bot lane as Lucian and Rakan, and then we're actually going to get Orianna in the mid lane, as we did see Jensen play that yesterday. Landed some really good shockwaves. This is a champion that he has always been known for. He's always played really well on Orianna. He's been that player that can really change the game if he needs to. And now we're going to see who might potentially pick his pocket pick here, but maybe he's actually going to go with the Syndra instead, as we did see, I believe it was DeMonte play that yesterday, or trying to think who it might have been, but we did see Syndra yesterday. I think it was Power of Evil played it yesterday. So we're going to see that going to come out versus the Orianna matchup. This is an old school matchup. We used to see this matchup all the time last season and the season before that. And having the mages in the mid lane and actually having marksmen in the bot lane. So nothing crazy going on this game. No smites mid or anything along those lines. Huhi even actually opting to take the Ignite here this time around. So this should be quite interesting. I'm curious to see how this actually plays out. And this is going to be really going to determine if C9 can hold up to what they said. No more than 3 losses. This is definitely going to be a big win. You can see Reaper going to each player, talking to them, probably just letting them know, giving them the confidence they need to hop into this match, making sure that they have a clear mindset heading into it. And we have both drafts as the coaches are about to shake hands, and we are getting ready to hop into game 1. CLG trying to continue their win streak record, going for the 2-0 week as they have shown a lot of improvements. And then we're going to be seeing if C9 can battle back after their rough start to the split after swapping a lot of players in and out, which not everyone might agree with. I mean, I definitely think it was a big question mark, taking some of their starting players that have been starting for a long time out. But it did not work. But now they do have most of their main roster back in except for Smoothie. So we're going to see how they end up playing and seeing if they can actually pull out this win here, as we are going to see a lot of fans in the crowd there rooting for C9 there, trying to their hopes and dreams of them climbing back into playoffs. And we're actually going to see a few minion dematerializers actually come out here on the side of C9. So obviously in Spring Split we saw dematerializers almost every single game for sure. And we are actually going to see a few more, a lot of stopwatches as well on the side of C9, as well as a few on the side of CLG. So heading into this game, I think it is obviously, there's always one side you want to play to, and I think it's going to be interesting to see if Rainover can actually find any of these ganks or Svensgaren. This matchup is going to be pretty interesting. I think for the most part, Rainover has kind of struggled for a long time defining these early ganks and kind of being early pressure. But I'm curious to see if Rainover can actually maybe find something and look to actually punish. Actually see if they can punish or anything like that. Darshan now going aggressive on Sven, gonna land a few butcher knives onto him, seeing if he can punish him as much as possible, and really well played by him. Rainover actually used the Jesus, I can't think of anything right now. Actually used the sweeper and did not actually clear the ward completely. Didn't want to be late for the red buff. So now we are going to see Rainover started red, and we're going to see Svensgaren started red. We see a lot of junglers started red because of how early pressure, how important early pressure really is right now. Just simply for the fact of having the red buff for those early ganks or for the regen plays a difference. And this is a bit of a cheese gank coming through. It's not spotted out just yet, but it looks like they are going to be going on to Sneaky potentially, and that's not going to be anything found just yet. They are going to hold the pillar though, and that's going to be Sneaky going really low. He's going to get cheese level 1 right there, and we're going to see if Svensgaren can take anything back on the map, as he knows that he's going to get the scuttle. Curious to see if Sven is actually going to go for that blue buff, because it most likely will be traded by Rainover, and he might be fine to split the map here. But we're going to see Rainover just actually playing really well, playing around the vision here. Looks for the pillar, flashes afterwards too, just so that he can make sure he gets the auto. Forces Sneaky to go around. Nothing Zinzel or Zazel can do there, unfortunately. And Svensgaren is not going to actually take anything back besides securing the opposite scuttle. So ultimately, Rainover doesn't lose anything whatsoever and ends up finding the early gank right there. And that kill was secured by Biofrost, but you hate dying level 1, especially when you're trying to come back, and this is your second game back on stage after being benched for about 3 weeks now. So really unfortunate, but obviously this game is still fine, still winnable, still no problem whatsoever. They should be able to get back into this. Got to make sure that he does not die anymore, and obviously having the TP is it's a huge factor for not falling too far behind as well. Now we are going to see both junglers on the opposite side of the map again. We are going to see CLG is a bit overextended here, as Svensgaren is on the bottom side of the map, maybe potentially looking for something. Few trades coming through. Huhi actually running a bit low on mana, and he's just going to try and farm up, do as best as he can, and not get into that kill range of level 6 Syndra. That's going to be the big thing. Darshan getting poked out in the matchup that he should lose, but managing to keep pretty even CS. Mundo's very good at CSing under tower, one of the best champions at CSing under tower. So it's good for him, at least, for as far as not falling too far behind. And he's just got to try and stay even in that matchup as much as possible. If Nara doesn't end up getting too big of an advantage or doesn't solo kill him or anything like that, then he stays fine in that matchup. Now, we do have Biofrost that has re-entered the lane, is back. And we do actually have both junglers splitting the map quite a bit right now. We did see a ping on the way there, so I'm not sure if Rainover might be potentially looking for another gank here, as a nice trade comes through for Jensen, poking out Huhi a bit. But we might actually see a gank come through for Rainover to repeat gank, as there's no flash available onto the Xayah. The Braum does have quite a bit of peel to at least able to block the damage for as far as him not taking too much. But ultimately, we're going to see what he can do. And then we're going to see him finish off his golems here, and then potentially look for that bot lane, as we do see the Scuttle Crab actually spawning in the top side of the map here, as Vensgaren should be able to clean that up, but not actually having vision on Rainover right now. And that did just spawn. We're going to see a little bit of deep vision coming through, as Vensgaren is trying to spot out where Rainover is on the map. Rainover is actually just going to take the liberty and say, hey, listen, Scuttle Crab spawn top. Vensgaren's most likely on it. He is going to hit level 5, but I mean, we are going to see him just start up that and seeing if he can actually secure it. Should be no problem. I don't think he should have a problem actually doing it. And Vensgaren knows that there's no camps that he can take, so he is just going to look for a reset most likely. And he's maybe just going to go towards his top side, but this will be secured by CLG. Early Ocean Drag at before the 6-minute mark is huge, especially for this Orianna, for Huhi especially, who's been really low on mana right now. That is definitely something that you'd love to see, something that's really effective, even for your top laner, for Mundo, for someone who's going to be able to regen health a bit more. Makes it a lot better for him, so it's huge in his part, and glad to see that come out for him. Nice trades coming onto Sneaky right there, landing the piercing light onto him. And 6A is also someone we haven't really seen. You know, I remember when 6A was one of the top ADCs in the league. You know, he was coming through. He had that huge play on Tristana in the game 5 of the CLG versus TSM that ended up winning them the series, and was ultimately just one of the biggest plays that he's made in his career. But since that point, CLG obviously went on their downslide, and hasn't really been effective or been that relevant team since then. So this is obviously a lot on CLG for the organization to kind of show that they're still a contender in the LCS, as there's so many new teams since the franchising, and since we've had so many new players added, brought over from LCS, EU LCS and whatnot. So I really would love to see CLG get back into their old ways and being that contender of showing that they're the best. As Darshan actually sets up a bit of a freeze here, decides that he's maybe not going to freeze it, as he's starting to push it back a bit more. And TP is going to come through for Licorice. Stun's going to miss by Jensen. We're going to see Rain over there just in case his laner needs his help. And just going to be a steady little early game. Obviously, the Cheese First Blood is still what shows them as the bit of the gold lead there. But CS starting to build up in Licorice's favor. I'm starting to build that up finally, and he is constantly overextended. I don't think that we're going to see too much coming from Trundle. Definitely the win condition is to play towards bot side. Vensgaren hasn't really showed too much. He's just been farming up in the early game. Does have the level advantage on top of Rainover though. Licorice now gonna go make sure that his jungler does secure the scuttle. Another scuttle being picked up in favor of Vensgaren, as Rainover has actually sacrificed a few of the Scuttle Crabs just because they have been spawning on the top side, and he does not have top priority, so he does not want to get caught out and get roamed on, have to blow summoners. So he's playing towards his bottom side, making sure that his bottom side doesn't get ganked. Who he is going to be maybe potentially... is not going to get actually hit by the ultimate, as he does have the stopwatch right there, so really well played by him. Rain over here to help push the lane backwards, back in the favor, so that Hui can get a back off here. But Hui making sure he doesn't take too much damage from Jensen, and just popping the ultimate just to be safe, or popping the stopwatch just to be safe. And now we might see an invade onto the blue buff, as they are looking to ping it out. They do have vision. They do know Sven's on it. They do know that they want to actually get this over. Zazel is here as well, though, and this is going to be maybe a 4v4 here, but we are going to see that 6A is a bit late to this. The blue buff is going to be taken away by Jensen, using the W to make sure that there is no potential steal, so the mid laner is going to get his blue buff. That is one of the good things about Syndra, is when you are getting blue buff, you can take that blue buff right away to make sure that there's no 50-50 smite, and you will secure it. And now we can see that this turret's actually been chunked down to about half. Licorice is pressuring Darshan quite a bit. Darshan's actually going to go a bit of aggressive, though. It's going to maybe pop the ultimate here in a second. Licorice taking pretty low right now, but Darshan's still hanging on to the ultimate for now. Licorice trying to stack up his passive to get his Mega Gnar, and maybe we could have a fight breaking out, but Darshan may be trying to pressure back. Biofrost actually coming up to the lane here, and this could be really good. I mean, Licorice does have the ultimate, and I mean, maybe they're not going to look for anything just yet. They were probably trying to hope that Biofrost was going to look onto it. But now we can see Rainover is here. Licorice may be in a tough spot as Rainover is going to go super aggressive. But now we do have lots of damage coming through. Licorice is going to find the ultimate on the 2, though. That's going to be the Grand Entrance going to find 2 as well. Who is going to find the ultimate onto 1. And that is going to be 1 taken down right there in the favor of Huhi. Going to find the kill onto Licorice. Licorice did have the flash available, but the Grand Entrance and the quickness coming through by Biofrost right there, really well played by him. Finding the ultimate, finding multiple targets, and that's exactly what you want to see. And that's going to be another kill, trying to extend their goal lead. CLG playing a much better early game this split, and we're going to see Licorice in a bit of a spot where he was just roaming down. Biofrost did roam, then he uses the flash R quickness into the Grand Entrance, finds 2. Shockwave does find 2 as well. Svenskeren does find his way out of that one. Doesn't have to blow any summoners, but lots of pressure coming through, and just another kill going in favor of them. And now we can see 6A actually went forward. He did pop, Cutlass there just to do a bit of damage, just to see if he could poke him out a bit more. But Zazel with the Guardian is not going to worry about him taking too much whatsoever. And now we are going to see that Svenskeren is going to try and clean up his Rift Herald, as he has lots of vision in his top side. And, you know, we keep seeing that Rainover is just playing this game where he's finding these ganks. He's finding these opportunities in these early games where, you know, he's actually being effective. And I think that was a big thing for a while, where Rainover wasn't really found as this effective, you know, jungler in the early game. He was just more of this farm-heavy jungler and look for mid-game. But the issue with CLG is that they had a really bad mid-game and late game, and they weren't finding the success that they used to find, especially in a meta where 6A isn't on a, you know, a carrier. They can't rely on him anymore to just, you know, pop off on these crit ADs. He has to play a lot more calculated, you know, has to try and play around these early games, which is much more important. And now we're going to see another dragon started up by Rainover. This time it is the Mountain Dragon, and they're just trying to take as much objectives on the bottom side of the map as they can, as they know that Licorice is in the top side pressuring the Mundo. He will knock down that turret eventually, so they just want to make sure that they can pressure him as much as they can on the bottom side. Jensen actually landing a whole bunch of damage. Ultimate coming through. Not going to find Huhi, though. Very, very close. But ultimately, he's going to be fine. He is going to miss probably a bit of CS here. But and he's actually kind of walking back, as Ultimate's going to find no one. Almost finding Sven, though, as he's going to body slam out of that there. Extremely close. Rainover's just going to push this out with Huhi, making sure that they can do as much as they can. Now, Rainover taking a bit of damage. He's going to get poked out. And Jensen just showing how good of a mid laner he is. Showing that if you're going to come into my lane, you better be prepared to dodge some skill shots. If not, you are going to get chunked out. So really well played by Jensen right there. Obviously a very good mechanical mid laner. And I'm sure he is very happy that he's back on the main roster. He's no longer playing for Academy, because he is one of the best mid laners in LCS by far. As we are actually maybe going to see a bit of an engage here. Potentially come out. We're going to see Jensen going to get taken extremely low. Biofrost is going to find the ultimate onto him, though. Jensen now going to get taken out. Just as I am praising the god mid laner, he does actually find himself getting caught out in that position right there, and did blow both summoners as well. Really well played by CLG to realize that they could do that. But now we can see that Licorice is going to take this tower. First tower going in favor of him as he pushes the wave back into Darshan. And this is just what we expected, obviously. Licorice has the counter pick, has the pressure. We haven't seen any proximity whatsoever from Rainover in this top lane. He's played toward his bottom side, and Licorice has taken advantage of that. Now Licorice spotting out Rainover, knowing he is on his buff. But Licorice most likely is going to catch the wave, look for a back. Getting pretty close to level 11, I believe, as well. Now we're going to see Biofrost just going to use the Grand Entrance to make sure he gets away, as we can see Svenskeren and Zazel both pressuring in a bit. And now maybe looking for something mid, as Huhi does have flash available, so he should be fine. They're not going to go for anything there. And Now we're going to see a replay of this. So this is just using the vision control, knowing that the Jensen was here, and then we can just see the ultimate comes through. Nice damage, and nothing they can really do, or nothing Jensen can really do to get out of that one. Maybe could have backed a bit farther back, respected it a bit more. Maybe something along those lines, but ultimately really well played by the bot lane to find a kill and getting a kill over to Stixay so we can start snowballing the game a bit. Svenskeren also here in mid lane again. Huhi taking a bit of a trade. Rain over here as well as Biofrost to make sure that their mid laner is safe. And a lot of attention going around this mid laner or mid laners here, as this can determine so much, especially if Jensen ends up getting a lead. Then this is someone that can carry that lead and carry that game for you. And Licorice is being a constant threat right now in the top lane. Not much Darshan can do. This is just not fun for him. Darshan's actually building into maybe Spear Visage, it looks like, rather than building into Sunfire Cape or something along those lines that might be a little bit more effective. So I mean, he did build the Tabbies, but interesting build coming out of him. I guess he's more worried about the Syndra and more worried about Svenskeren than he is about the Gnar. But Gnar should be in that lane for most of the game. And now we're going to see Svenskeren's actually going to pop the Rift Herald. Should be going mid here. And I don't know if they're going to be able to get the tower. Rainover is here. The tower is already about 1/3 of the way is gone. But we're going to see how it goes. Maybe going a bit low. Not getting it just yet as they're going to smite it down. So nothing is going to be taken, or they're not going to get any kind of tower from it. I'm not sure if it was running out or if they thought they could make the play here. This is going to be the big engage, though. It's going to be the Grand Entrance finding on a 2 right here. Sneaky's going to run extremely low. It's going to be Zeyzal blocking as much damage as he possibly can. Flash is going to come through, but he is going to find one. And this might not be over just yet as we do have Svensgaren down here. But really well played. Nice engage by Biofrost, knowing that they could engage, knowing where the jungler was on the map as because he had dropped the Rift Herald. Really good awareness. And now we can see the TP coming through by Sneaky to get back to this lane, but that was just really well played by them. We can just see Biofrost clears the vision, C9 walks up, Grand Entrance comes through, really well played right there, double knock up onto both of them. Sneaky then tries to get out, Zeyzal tries to block as much damage as he possibly can, Stixay cleans him up with the piercing light, really well played by him. Could have actually flashed the piercing light, both summoners were available for them, but they decided not to. And now we can see Licorice down, or still in the top lane, still trying to be a nuisance, pressuring Darshan as much as possible. But Darshan is keeping up with CS. He did lose the turret, but I mean, that's expected. You're in a losing matchup, but if you can keep it as even as possible, that is just the main goal. He's doing a good job of that. And they are winning on the bottom side, so it comes down to who will carry harder. Will Licorice be able to carry through the top side harder, or will CLG's bot lane be able to carry this harder? As we can see, 6A has already gotten a few kills so far. Now heading towards the mid lane here, we can see that that turret is very low, and that definitely will be what C9's priority should be. They should be looking to see if they can knock down that turret, looking to pressure if they can. As we can see that Syndra's in the mid lane, just clearing wave after wave. Junglers spending so much time around these laners, and no attention being shown to the top lane whatsoever. Darshan's just trying to do as much as he possibly can, but obviously makes it very difficult for him. He's going to slowly start losing that tier 2 tower, which forces CLG to really make a play, as that they actually do look for Zeyzal here. Zeyzal's going to have to flash, just in a very bad spot. Couldn't actually jump to anyone whatsoever there. So really unfortunate on his part. He's going to have to flash. Darshan is going to get chunked out. This turret has now been taken down to about 40%, and it's becoming very difficult. Licorice is just becoming a big threat here, constantly pushing, constantly splitting, and it's just not a whole lot he can do. Darshan is actually going to finally pick up that Sunfire Cape there, and then looks like he's going to build in the Spirit Visage. So it looks like he just built the cloak, I believe is what it's called. He just built that in regards to just getting a little bit more health regen. We're going to see the actual ultimate going to come through, going to be smited by Rainover, however, and this could be really bad. Rainover's going to have to flash, he knows it, and they are going to have to just look for a reset here. And now we see C9 is going to lose another dragon. 2 mountains and an ocean has been secured onto CLG, as another dragon should come up. So there should be, depending on how fast they get the next dragon, there should be 5 dragons that actually spawn this game. And the next one, unfortunately, is a cloud dragon, so they're not getting the best RNG. However, if CLG ends up doing Baron at any point in time, they will shred the Baron and be able to do it very fast. And if they can just win one fight and snowball really hard, and then they can turn the game on its heels. Do have that Baron spawning in about 20 seconds, and we are going to see CLG swap to the top side with their bot lane, and you know, try and save that tier 2 turret as much as they can. At some point, Licorice should be able to knock down the first turret there in the bottom lane, as he will just be able to constantly pressure this Mundo. And Darshan maybe in a bit of a tough spot. CLG just looking like they're fighting for vision here, trying to take away what they can since they have the pressure. And now Licorice is about to put on as much as he can here. He's going to be looking for this tower. Darshan will be back here to respond, but as of right now, it is just this is just not a fun game for Darshan, because ultimately CLG is on the timer. Since C9 has the pressure of Licorice constantly pushing and constantly being able to get towers, CLG's the ones that are on the timer. Either they're the ones that have to start the NAS, they're the ones that have to find the pick. Luckily, they have the composition to do it, as they do find one there. Sven's maybe looking for more. He's going to get flashed out, though. Rainover's going to also get hit by the barrel, and this is going to be the ultimate coming through. Azazel has no flash, going to pop the Hourglass. 6A is going to go through 4. He's going to find 1. He's going to find maybe 2 here. Really well played by 6A as he goes forward and flashes out to make sure he does not get taken down by Jensen, and that is going to be 2-0 in the favor of CLG. And this is exactly what we talk about. We talk about how they are on a timer. CLG does have to look for it, but they have the engage, they have the tools to really do it. And we can see actually Darshan fighting back a bit, trying not to take any crap from Licorice, but there's not much you can do as he's a level down. And we can see this is maybe what's a bit new to going in for vision here. They know that they have to be over in this area. Svensgaren does, I believe, make it out potentially. Yeah, he does make it out, but then we see 6A go forward, and then we see the ultimate come through. Red Jensen not going to find the kill though, and just really well played by 6A, and he is now snowballing. He is currently 4-0, has a nice CS lead on top of Sneaky, and Sneaky hasn't been in a situation where he's been able to do anything. You can see that Rainover up here trying to just get in the head of Sneaky, not letting him walk up there, making sure that they do lose the tower. So this should just be a 1-for-1 tower trade for now. It is still in favor of C9 though, since they do have just one more, as they have knocked down 2 tier 1s in each solo lane here. Licorice putting out as much damage as he can before he backs and buys, and that is another turret going in favor of C9 as they make their way over to the Baron to try and clear out some vision. So right now, C9 just needs to make sure that they keep vision of Baron so that CLG is never in a position where they can just do it, and they just need to keep letting Licorice do his thing. The moment that they send multiple targets down for Licorice, or if they do send someone else down there with him, and the only person I could see them sending down would either be Biofrost or either be Rainover, they need to look to make sure that they're constantly pressuring back onto the Baron, taking vision and controlling it. That's the big thing. As long as they look for that, they should be fine in this game. A tower is going to be taken down though, as CLG tries to take one back. So now 3-2 in favor of C9 for turrets, but the gold lead is about 1.5k in the favor of CLG as we look for another scuttle being secured. Cloud Dragon coming up in a minute 50. CLG already securing 3 of those, and Baron still on the map, as we can see lots of pings down there in the bottom right for what they might be looking for. And we're going to see a bit of an engage here. Grand Entrance not going to find anyone just yet, but that's going to be a 1-for-1 trade for now. Darshan looking to chase as much as they can. Licorice is not here. Licorice is actually free to split right now, and that was a 1-for-1. Just so much damage coming through with that Syndra, and we can see Licorice just about to pressure as much as he possibly can. They know they can't do Baron. There's still too many targets alive. Svensgaren does not have the smite, but ultimately it's just too risky, and they still have the TP available from Licorice anyway. Darshan trying to make his way back to the turret, but we can see actually a lot of damage going on to Darshan here. This could be potentially a solo kill, and we're going to see the ultimate actually come through. Sneaky now looking for, but that's going to be a pop coming right through onto Licorice. What a misplay right there. He waited for Darshan, but Darshan now we're actually going to see the re-engage as the pillar's going to come through, going to find maybe just a few targets out of position. Zazal trying to get away, but now we can see that they should be able to reset and walk out right there. But I want to get a replay of that as we can see the damage that actually came through right there onto Licorice. It was looking really good. It looked like it was a really tough spot right there for Darshan, but Darshan actually had the stopwatch available, and we can see that Licorice lands everything he possibly can, pops the Bork, looks to put as much damage out as he can, has the calling, knowing that he can go for this, but then we can see that just like that, who he's here, and just the shockwave into the W, just so much damage coming through. And you can see his face on Licorice. Licorice got maybe a little bit too aggressive there. You know, true trigger happy, wanted to get that solo kill, wanted to make the big play, and that's just something you got to look at as someone who's still pretty new to this playing on stage. You know, this is his second split. You know, it's still someone who is a bit new, someone who can pop off, and you know, we've seen it all game. We can just pressure someone who's, you know, the most veteran player in the LCS, but at the end of the day, you know, you have to know when you can get the kills, and you have to know when to get out. And that was definitely a situation when the stopwatch went off, and you know that his teammates are coming to help him. You got to get out in this situation. Now we're going to see maybe some engage coming through here. Maybe Svensgaren looking for something. Nothing just yet. Just placing down vision for now, as they are going to clear that out. And this is just going to be back and forth. Clearing vision. They're going to start the Baron here. They are going to have vision of this, however. They do know they're on it. They are shredding it completely fast with the double mountain drags. Svensgaren is here, so they can look for the 50-50. I don't know about going for this. Svensgaren definitely could look for the steal here, and this could be really big. Ultimate's going to pop right there. They're going to use the ultimate. That's going to be secured right there by CLG. That was an amazing Baron right there. Biofrost might go down, but that is fine. Your support player going down just to make sure you secure it is really big. Turret was, however, destroyed by Licorice. Licorice did actually have the TV, but decided not to use it, and he is going to knock down a turret, but now this is it. This was really well played by CLG. They used the ultimate onto Svensgaren, the quickness from Biofrost to make sure that they did not have the chance of taking the 50-50, so really well secured by them. So now that they have the Baron, let's see how CLG can do it. They did sacrifice Biofrost's life as well as the bottom turret for it, so now we're going to see how they can fight back, how they can look to extend their lead, knock down some turrets. Air drag is going to be taken by C9, so they will take at least another objective and try and do what they can. But however, this is what we want to see. We want to see how they can do it. And just to get the replay of this, we can see they held it at about 2K. They did get the vision. So we see Svensgaren uses the ultimate because he thinks that they are going to look for the engage. He uses the grand entrance and the quickness to get over. Unfortunately, there's nothing they can do to save Biofrost. He did get ignited, but really well played by them. They are all back on the map, and this is where we want to see it. We want to see how they get back into this game, how they try to fight back in here. And C9's in the position where they just need to try and clear waves, stall out the Baron as much as possible, and they just want to make sure that CLG does not get much off this. Now maybe looking for something on a Sneaky. Sneaky is going to use the Featherstorm to make sure that he does not get taken out. Still has the E. He's going to put a bit of damage onto Rainover. Ultimately, he should be fine though. And we can see the siege going down as the bottom wave is stacking up slowly in CLG's favor, so they can look to go to that a bit later. But we can see them just sieging for this top turret right now. Darshan also joining the mix. Going to take a bit of poke right there from Sneaky. Nothing he won't heal up if he needs to. Turret now going down right here. They have their eyes onto the inhibitor. Doesn't look like C9 is going to try and fight this off. They're going to walk out. That's one inhibitor going down. Licorice trying to push out the mid wave to try and delay any more pushes on the rest of the lanes here. So this is going to be a really good scenario right here for CLG. That bot lane is stacking up. That's where they want to go. They want to go to that bot lane. Honestly, I would probably look at using 6A's TP potentially on one of those lanes just to start to Baron up those minions, start to get them pushing. He would be quite alone, so I guess it wouldn't be the best idea. I guess that is why I'm not playing LCS and they are. But maybe doing it on the wave that was coming up to it. They might have been able to push the Baron minions up a bit faster, but they do not care about that bot lane turret. They do actually want to look for this mid lane turret here, as they do have the tier 2. They have the top pressure from the super minions now. This is where it gets really interesting. How many turrets does C9 want to give up before they decide to pull the trigger? How many turrets is it before they decide that they need to start to fight and they need to engage before the game's lost? And you might see an engage come here for them. It's going to be on to Svenskeren. Keep your eyes on Svenskeren. Keep your eyes on the Licorice stacking up that Mega Gnar. And they don't look to fight yet, but there's going to be lots of damage coming through. Oh, he's getting pushed all around. Darshan is just getting thrown around like a beanbag right now. It is just insane. He's just getting thrown around like a rag doll is the reference I was looking to. But now we're going to see the engage, and we're going to see lots of damage coming through for Svenskeren. Svenskeren is going to get popped right away, just like that. Let's get the shockwave onto Sneaky. Sneaky's going to flash over the pillar. Now we're going to see Jensen's going to see if he can find anything, but Stixxay is going to actually live. So they're not going to find anything just yet, but they are going to find Rainover. So they at least do get a 1-for-1 trade, but they do knock down the inhibitor, and that's what matters. That top wave is pushing in slowly. They now have the mid supers. They're in an excellent position to close out this game. They most likely will have their eyes set on this bottom wave, and this is what's going to be the big one. This is going to look to constantly pressure this lane. They have the supers pushing in 2 lanes now. There's not much that they're going to be able to do, and you know they look for the engage here, but every time it's just Biofrost going first, and then they end up killing Svenskeren right away. Shockwaves find Sneaky. Sneaky flashes the pillar as they would have followed up on that, and just like that, Biofrost actually saved Stixxay's life right there. So really well played by him to make sure that Jensen did not get that damage off and did not kill him. And now we can see that CLG is rotating towards the bot lane to look to finish this game out. And we can actually see that CLG is actually slow pushing it, which is actually really intelligent, because they're waiting for their team to actually set up vision and get the lane priority, because they know that Licorice is pushing at the top wave. So what they don't want is they don't want to push the wave up to the turret and then not be able to have any other wave pressure from your top or mid wave. So they want to push the waves in from the other lanes. Licorice is going to come back now, but they're going to push the mid wave in so the mid wave crashes. So the time that the bottom wave crashes with the top turret and the mid lane pushes in, they will be able to clash at the same time, meaning that C9 has to determine whether they want to deal with this wave and save the turret, or if they need to go back and have someone save for the mid wave. And this turret should go down here. Now, they don't have the Baron anymore, of course, so it becomes much harder to actually siege on this. So they do have to rely on their other waves, the super minion waves, to actually push into this. So this is where it gets very interesting, because now we can see the super wave actually pushing in here, but they have their eyes on this. And we're going to see the quickness go in. It's going to find 2. That's going to be multiple members found by quickness right there. A huge engage by Biofrost. That's going to be huge damage on Svenskeren now. Now we're going to see Sneaky going really low. That's going to be 3, and this could look like the game right here, as Genshin looks like he has nothing left. No flash available. Another kill going on. Licorice now the last one. Lots of kills going back over in the favor of C9, but it's just not enough. The 2 tanks are available. Licorice is the last one alive, seeing if he can do it. Ultimate's going to find onto 2 now, seeing if he can do whatever he can. He's actually fighting it out, but he's not going to be able to do anything just yet. Darshan running extremely low, now looking like they have their eyes set on this turret, maybe looking on the last inhibitor. They have 15 seconds on to Svenskeren here. They might be able to do it. Mundo ultimate did come up for Darshan, so he's going to be able to tank a whole bunch of damage from Licorice. Licorice now actually punishing them, though. Maybe looking for 2. He's actually going to go for the all-in. He's going to find 1. Now maybe looking on to Rainover here. Rainover is looking like he's trying to get out, but there's not much he can do. Licorice does have the W, as he should be up very, very soon. Looking for the stun. Not going to find it, though. He's looking for 1 more Q. He just needs 1 more Q. It's going to be sidestepped by Rainover. Wow. That was super close right there. That came really, really close. I think if Licorice maybe just walked up and didn't go for the W, they might have been able to defend it. Really big play coming out from Licorice, though, being the man that did not let them get the 3rd inhibitor. If they got that inhibitor, it would not have looked good. But this is just going to be a replay here. And just Biofrost, look at this man. Amazing engage, finding quickness onto about 4 members there, I believe. Just amazing fast. Sneaky wasn't even able to react with the ultimate before the quickness. And you can just see how they just go so ham. End up finding so much damage. Triple kill coming in from Stixxay. Stixxay did get taken out eventually. And then this is where Licorice did turn things around quite a bit here, as he gets pressured. Finds the ultimate onto 2, as they're actually trying to end the game. And this is where it gets very tough. You know, they're tanking multiple turrets, and this is not good. Licorice now caught out. This is going to be the shockwave. Going to find 2 members right away. Rainover trying to tank up as much as he can in the front line here. Pillar should be up very soon, as he's going to back out, though. Lots of damage coming through, as well as a few summoners were blown there. And this is just going to be a reset. Baron is alive, though, and they're going to be looking for this. Vensgaren did not get the smite last time because of the 50-50, but they do have mid lane pressure, and we're going to see the TP actually comes out from Licorice as he's trying to join the fight, but this isn't going to be anything just yet. CLG just looking to dance around for now. CLG actually does not have the wave pressure in the side lanes right now, so C9 knows that if they keep this mid lane even and do not let it push in, then they will actually have the side lane pressure, and they might be able to the ones that actually start the Baron, as we are getting closer and closer to this late game team fight as more and more items are being picked up by each member, and this is just going to get to the point where C9 might be behind in the gold, but they have the potential to carry the fights. You know, the gold, the longer the game goes on, the more gold that C9 is getting, the more items they're getting, the more potential they have to outplay these fights. Darshan is going to come and deal with this side lane down here, try to push the wave back, as well as top lane is pushing in the favor of CLG for now. Reset will be coming through by C9, as it looks like CLG just going to pick up the free objective on the map. Just looking to grab that air dragon. Might as well, you know you're not going to be fighting for Baron right away, so they're going to clean that up right there. Don't think that Rainover had to smite it, but I guess he has the other smite available soon, so he should just be fine. Darshan looking to push this out. Licorice may be looking to put a bit of damage onto him. Looks like he's just going to come deal with the wave. Licorice no longer has TP, however, and that's the benefit of forcing that out. And because they forced that out, Licorice actually can't deal with that bot wave. They know that he can't deal with it, so they are most likely send Darshan back to the top wave. Look to try and push it in. Darshan just clearing some vision there, as C9 in a very tough situation right now. There's a lot they have to worry about. Biofrost has been finding these engages all game long, engage after engage, finding these quickness onto multiple targets, grand entrance onto multiple targets, and that's exactly what you want to see. And it's going to come down to whether or not Zazal is able to block a lot of this damage that's coming out. He needs to put his face in front of this Lucian, block as much as he can, and do whatever they possibly can. We can see the charts here for the C9. A lot of fans cheering for C9. CLG though has the advantage, and this is them putting their eyes back onto Nash here, as it is going to be dinking down to about 7k HP. This is going to be the TP coming through from Sneaky, and looks like they're most likely just going to back up as they get another TP coming through. Rainover getting taken a bit low, not going to proc the Braum passive. Licorice also here with Mega Gnar though, but they're going to most likely wait the Mega Gnar out, try and regen. They do have one Ocean Drag, so Rainover should be able to heal up a little bit here going forward. As you can see, he's getting healed right back up, full health. And now maybe engage going on to Licorice here. Pillar's going to come through, but now we're going to see Rainover's maybe a bit tunneled onto it. But now we're going to see the ultimate Sneaky's going to actually shockwave, not going to hit him. And now we're going to see lots of damage coming through as Rainover's now in a really tough spot. He went way too far forward, looking to turn this fight back around now. 6A is about half health, but we're going to see what they can possibly do. No jungle is available, however, so this means that C9 could actually look to take the Baron. They do have the smite advantage. We're going to see what they can possibly do here. C9 has their eyes on the Baron, making their way over towards it, seeing if there's anything they could possibly do, maybe set it up. But it looks like they are just playing games right now, but they're going to start it. This is going to be the start, ladies and gentlemen. This could be a huge game right here. If they end up getting the Baron and then looking for the turn, this could be it. And now Biofrost doesn't look like they're going to go for it. Darshan now maybe the tough spot, as he might have to flash away. He should be able to walk out. He should be just fine. But man, oh man, Baron secured by C9. Rainover maybe tunneling, going a bit just too aggressive there. Maybe tunneling on to Licorice. I believe he did ult Licorice, and then he went for the pillar. Fortunately, his team just wasn't there to follow up with him. Biofrost wasn't here with the engage. And when your main engager is not there, they do actually go on to Sneaky. Sneaky actually used a perfect QSS right there to make sure he gets out of that. And then from there, we can see just they all focused down Rainover because they all tunneled on Sneaky. And Sneaky just using his mechanics to get out of that one, and that was the game changer. But now the tides have turned. C9 has the Baron, and now they're looking to take control of this game. They are sieging on the tier 2 right now, looking for as much damage as they possibly can. Maybe looking to try and get this one, but they're not going for it just yet. They know that C9 or CLG is fairly strong as well. Gold lead has been cut quite a bit, but C9 does not want to commit for anything just yet. They do have 3 open inhibitors right now, and this is just becoming very difficult for them to actually close this game out. Not sure how they're going to be able to do it. Simply for the fact that both teams are pretty much evenly matched right now. It's just going to come down to just pure mechanics, pure outplay, pure team play, and seeing if they can actually do it is going to be what's really important. C9 not getting much off his Baron as of right now, though. They're playing pretty safe. Kind of just poking out, just pushing in waves, not actually committing for any turrets. Any inhibitor turrets, that is. Licorice is going to go deal with the top wave. Does have TP in case he needs to join. But because Licorice is actually pushing out that side wave by himself, they know that they actually have the 4v5 advantage unless he TP's in. So right now, C9 really not committing for anything other than just trying to push wave after wave in, but not hitting the turrets. Now we are going to see that Baron is being taken down to, I believe the Baron should be about halfway over. We do have the Dragon actually coming up in about a minute 20. That is the Elder Dragon, and we do have 4 dragons secured by CLG, which means getting that Elder Dragon is crucial. But that smite fight is probably what it's going to come down to as C9 looks to pressure this mid wave here, looking to see what they can do for this tier 3. Pillar is not going to find Svenskeren as he is just going to body slam away. He is going to be fine. And lots of damage coming through for this C9 squad. If they can manage to find one target, they will burst him. If they can manage to find Stixxay, they will absolutely destroy him with the Syndra combo with his Svenskeren. Svenskeren maybe going to be the big one that has to finally engage. And this is going to be the quickest. Going to find on a 2, though. Lots of damage coming through. Shockwave's going to find multiple targets right there. Jensen is going to pop the stopwatch, though. He's going to try and get out. Now we're going to see lots of damage coming back through. Sneaky is popping off right now, showing that he can still carry the fight, that he does not deserve to be benched, and he deserves to be on this main roster. But they are going to back up for the time being. For now, it was just a 1-for-1. Both junglers going down, but now we do have the Elder Dragon coming up in about 20 seconds. Both junglers won't be there to actually smite it away. Don't think either team is actually going to start it. But we can just see the amount of damage coming out from Sneaky right now. And now we talk about how marksmans are kind of dead. But, I mean, when you get to these late games and you get to someone like Xayah that can just put out this much damage this fast, Sneaky is more than capable than putting out enough damage to be able to carry a fight. If they do not find the pick onto Sneaky, or they do not find the CC they need to onto him, this man will carry a fight. This man will pop off. So I'm curious to see how CLG can do it. It's really going to come down to Biofrost and come down to Reignover finding these picks onto Sneaky, making sure they put him out of position. Licorice now TPing to the mid lane there. Not sure why he had TP'd. I'm not sure if they thought that maybe they were on Elder there. Maybe trying to beat, maybe thought they were going to engage. I'm not sure because it was a 4v3. But ultimately, it is going to be the TP coming out now, which means that it's going to be a lot harder for Licorice to actually pull off the split. And we can actually see that wave in the top wave is stacking. It is huge right now. That is going to be a 3 waves. That's potentially going to eventually crash onto the inhibitor unless someone deals with it. And the only one with TP would be Sneaky, but he needs to be there for the fight. And now we can see a lot of poke coming through. Pillar's going to land onto a few people there, just slow them down for now. Quickness is going to go on to Licorice. Licorice is going to get out, though. Does have the Mega if he wants to go back in. Reignover now running extremely low. He's going to be able to walk out for now. This is going to be a very tight, close quartered fight, though. And we can see that Meganar is about to go down very shortly. Maybe looking for, but not going to pull the trigger. But now have their eyes set onto the Elder Dragon. They know that they have waves to deal with. Bottom and top are constantly pushing in right now. This is just so difficult for C9. They do not have the wave set up in their favor. And this means that they might have their eyes to potentially look onto this Elder Dragon. All CLG has to do is wait. Look at that top wave. Sneaky does have TP if he needs to get back here, though. And this is going to be Sneaky trying to clear this wave out. No engage coming through for CLG just yet, as quickness is down, but the grand entrance is more than capable of being up right now for Biofrost. This Elder Dragon is being started. However, Sneaky does have the TP if he needs to get here a bit faster, but looks like he is going to walk down. Maybe this could just be a potential 50-50 smite. I don't agree with taking the 50-50 here. You do not have to. Your top wave is pushing in. You just have to wait. Let the dragon reset. Let the dragon reset and just wait. Potentially, this could be the fight of the game right here. Whoever gets this dragon is going to win the game. There's, without a doubt, this is going to be huge. If CLG gets this, they will do so much damage. Now we're going to see the quickness is going to land onto a few targets, so Biofrost is going to get blown up right away. Svenskeren not going to go down just yet. Huge ultimate coming out. Going to find 3, though. We're going to see what he can do. Who he trying to kite back out, seeing if he can find a kill. Not going to find anything just yet. We do have Stixxay still alive, though, but no smite is available. Actually, the smite is going to get taken right there by Stixxay, and this is going to be a dragon going over in favor of CLG, but all 5 members are still alive for C9, and this is just a huge fight that is going to break out. And just like that, they do secure it, even though C9 finds the picks, blows up Biofrost when he went in. They do manage to find the picks onto him when needed, and look at this wave right here, just going to be cleaned cleaned up by Sneaky. If Sneaky wasn't full build, he certainly will be now as he goes back to base to clean up this wave. And this is just an insane game right here. Extremely close. This could literally go either side. However, the Dragon was secured in favor of CLG, which means that 6A does have that. And we're going to see the replay and just see Biofrost just getting blown up. Tried to get a kill on Sven Garen. Nice ultimate coming up from Gnar, finding multiple targets. Who trying to flash away, but not going to find anything, of course. And then Darshan's going to flash the stun, and that's just going to be it right there. The Dragon actually looked at the reset after the smite came through, which is super unlucky. And Reignover is going to secure the Scuttle Crab, and this is going to be a few targets that still have Elder Dragon, but Baron is alive. I need a drink after that one. Alrighty, and now we can see lots of potential coming through for the either team. Oh, stopwatch coming out from Reignover there. Definitely a misclick, and that is not what you want to see, especially going forward. It was the stopwatch, and that is just not what you want to see. A misclick, maybe the nerves getting to him, maybe Reignover is a bit nervous here, but lots of damage going down. This is just being taken so fast right here. Sven Garen is trying to hold out on it here. They do have the Elder Dragon. I don't know if they take another 50-50. Sven Garen has not actually found any objectives so far, but it's going to be taken so fast right there. That's going to be the Baron. Now Sven Garen in a very tough spot here. He should be going down next. That's going to be another kill going over. Ultimate going to find multiple maybe. And now here we go. The flash is coming forward. Jensen's going to be ignited. He's going to be taken really low. Sneaky, the last one alive. This savior, seeing if he can do anything. Licorice was trying to push out the waves, but because of that, they did end up losing the Baron, and this is just so bad for C9 right now. All CLG has to do is just group around mid, and there's only 2 members that can actually save the game. 3 inhibitors are down right now. Sven Garen have a very tough game. Currently 0-6-7 on the Gragas, not finding any smites whatsoever. Just really good coordination coming through, and I believe this might be, I swear 6A is critting every single auto. I'm not sure if he has 100% crit. I don't believe so. But this man is just on a crit rampage. Just saw him crit the whole wave, and this should be a second inhibitor coming down here for the side of C9, and this is just not what you want to see right now. Those crits are looking nasty. This could be a pop. This is just a pop-off game by 6A. The bot lane on CLG side is just playing extremely well right now. However, the side lanes are pushing in favor of C9, which means that they do not have a lot that they can actually do in the regards of pushing these other waves in and ending the game right now. Baron is still active though, and they still do have Baron for a bit longer, so they can look to end the game or potentially knock down that third inhibitor. We are 46 minutes into this game. This game is looking extremely spicy, extremely intense, and either team still has potential to win these fights. I mean, one big Gnar ultimate coming from Licorice or one big play coming in from Biofrost to find multiple targets could be the difference maker. And it's going to come down to who can find the better engage, and that's really what it's going to come down to. Who can dodge the engage and who can make sure that they do get away. Right now though, CLG does have the Baron, but they are getting pressured in as C9 is pushing wave after wave in, as they do actually have quite a bit of wave clear, and there is not a whole lot that CLG is looking to do right now, as they do have the Baron but not finding anything at the moment. Now the goal lead does mean just about everything, even though it is pretty much even right now. The goal lead does not stand for anything, as almost every single player is about full build on here, besides the supports, I believe. Even Darshan's still working on his last item, and Reignover's working on his item, but now we do see that bot lane is pushing in pretty hard, and we are going to see Jensen that's going to go deal with that. Because Jensen's going to deal with it, however, though, we can see that they are looking to make a push onto the mid lane, maybe potentially look to get that last inhibitor down so they can start having 2 supers come to each lane. That would be the difference maker by far in this game. We can see CLG slowly making their way into the base here. Still has Baron buff active for a bit longer here. maybe looking for that last inhibitor, but this could be the fight. C9 knows that if they go for this inhibitor, they might have to pull the trigger. Svenskeren going to look for multiple targets, but isn't going to find anything. What a flop of an ultimate. Lots of damage going through onto Licorice. Biofrost not finding anything just yet. Grateful Fisher going to find multiple targets here, but now we can see the fight turning around. Multiple Shockwave coming through onto 3 targets, so it's going to be a huge Gnar ultimate. We're going to see the fight completely switch as multiple targets go down. Just like that, the game should be over. CLG find a huge Shockwave, and that is going to be the game, as this is going to be the second turret going down. Eyes onto the Nexus. Maybe not as clean as CLG wants it, but that ultimate coming through from Hu He was absolutely astonishing. That is exactly what you want to see from your mid laner. A lot of question marks also around Hu He coming into the CLG lineup. Does he still have what it takes to be the carry? Well, after that play right there, destroying C9 right there with that ultimate, showing that he is a late game carry, that he can put in work. And this is not what you want to see for C9. C9 said they do not want to get anything more than 3 losses going in for the rest of the split. That now puts them, I believe, 1-6, 1-6 or 1-7, and that is just unfortunate for them because they now can only afford 2 more losses, they said, and even then I don't even know if they'll have what it takes. But it's totally unfortunate for them, man. Svenskeren having a very tough game. Licorice playing actually a pretty good game, the best he possibly could. Stixxay and Biofrost, I think, were definitely some of the highlights. I think Biofrost was by far the MVP of that game. He found multiple engages with that quickness into the grand entrance, and that was just honestly the game changer for me. I think that Biofrost definitely deserves MVP of that. Stixxay obviously played extremely well as well. The whole team played pretty well. Can't take anything away from CLG. They had a tough time closing it in the mid game to late game, but when it came down to those fights, they were winning the majority of them, and they were always getting something on the upside of it. So anyway, guys, this was Visions, also known as Austin. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you liked the video, please be sure to like it. If there's anything you guys want to criticize me on, by far I know I'm not perfect. I still make a lot of mistakes. I catch myself making a lot of mistakes even during the game. But I did cast 4 games today. All 4 games, I can definitely feel my voice starting to lose it a little bit. So I most likely won't cast the last game, which I believe is Clutch vs Optic. I think I will just leave it at there. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. If you did enjoy it, like I said, please leave a like, subscribe if you want to see more. I plan to do this as much as possible. And again, you guys have a great day. Take care.